Can you please keep in mute, Aslam?
Yeah, I'll go on mute.
Hi, today we are going to discuss about organization of Oracle application database, or else you can also call it as Oracle application layout. Okay. So from all these days we are discussing about one super schema called as apps schema. Okay. So today we will discuss what is the importance of apps schema in Oracle application. Okay. So when we are discussing about file system or when we are discussing about the products in Oracle applications, we have discussed there are two types of products in Oracle applications. One is called as ATG products and the second one is non-ATG products. Okay. So non-ATG products are nothing but AP, application payable, general ledger, AP, GL, PO, purchasing order, such type of things are called as ATG products, non-ATG products. So those are all related to the business. Okay. So let us take an example of invoices. Okay. So from front end, so one user is trying to fetch some information related to the invoices. Okay. Are you getting the point or not? So if invoices is the one which is related to the application payable. Okay. So in the database, there is a schema called as AP schema. Under AP schema, there is a table called as AP underscore invoices, which stores the information about the invoice. Okay. So from front end, when any user is trying to access or when any user is trying to fetch the information related to invoices, the data will be coming from the AP schema table. Okay, AP schema table. Okay. In the same way, if any end user is trying to access GL related applications, the data will be coming from the GL related schema. Okay. So whenever if the end user is trying to access purchasing order related information, that will be coming from the purchasing order schema. Okay. So these are all called as non-ATG products, non-application technology group. Okay. So for AP schema, listen carefully. For AP schema, the owner will be AP. For GL schema, the owner will be GL. For AR schema, the owner will be AR. Okay. Are you getting the point on? So whatever this product it is, the owner will be self. Okay. As like there are 200 plus products, so 8 are ATG products and other than 8 are called as non-ATG products. So for each and every non-ATG product, the owner will be self. Okay, like for AP, the owner will be AP.
That,
Yeah,
sorry for interrupting. What is that ATG? How you spell that?
ATG, Application Technology Group.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so that is what for AP, the owner will be AP. For GL, the owner will be GL, like that. Okay. So there is a super schema called as app schema. Okay. So there is a super schema called as app schema. So which is nothing but we can call it as a public schema, and apps schema can access. Okay. Apps user can access all the tables in the Oracle application. Okay. Because so to even though app schema is not owner of the object. Okay. So in this example, just taken this particular box is called as is nothing but a schema. Okay. So in one schema, what we'll be seeing tables, indexes, clusters, kind of things, right? This is related to AP. Let us take an example. And this is related to GL. Okay, GL is also having its own tables. GL is also having its own indexes. GL is also having its own clusters. Okay. So for this particular GL related schema, the owner will be GL. For this particular uh, schema, the owner will be AP. Okay. So even though apps schema, apps user can access all the tables, indexes, clusters, all the tables, indexes, clusters in all the other schemas because he is having grants and synonyms on the other users, other schema. Okay, on the other schema, I mean. Okay. So apps schema doesn't have any table. Okay, he is not owner of any table. He doesn't have any table. Okay, he is nowhere related to your business. Whereas your GL, AP, they are related to your business and they are owners for their own products. Okay, but still apps schema can access all the tables related to other products because he is having grants and synonyms. Okay, so in the same way, here also, this is nothing but app schema. So here we are discussing about ATG products, and here we are discussing here we are discussing about ATG products, and these are all non-ATG products. ATG is nothing but ATG products will be used by DBA. Okay, non-ATG products will be used by developer. Okay, so ATG in the sense application technology group. So there are some things like AD, application DBA, FND, foundation, AR, like that. Not ALR, ARA, ALR. ALR is nothing but alert. AK is nothing but application related ATG related thing. Okay. So these are called as ATG group. For all ATG group products, okay, for all ATG group products, the owner will be Apple's schema. Okay. Are you getting the point on it? So for all ATG products, the owner will be Apple's schema. For all non-ATG products, the owner will be Self. Okay. So even though for ATG products, even though if it is a ATG product, if it is a non-ATG product, apps schema is having access to all the products in Oracle applications because he is the super user for Oracle applications. Here you have to note one thing. So there are apart from this, there are some tables in the database called as DBA tables, like DBA underscore tables, DBA underscore table spaces, such kind of things. Okay. On such kind of tables, your apps schema may not have some grants. Okay. So that is your own requirement. If you want to give ownership on DBA tables to app schema, then you can give. If you don't want to give, then you can leave it. Okay. So what I'm telling is for all application related tables, indexes, and clusters, the the owner might not be apt, but he will be able to access each and every table. Okay. So let us assume I just want to access a table related to GL. So do I need to connect to GL? Not required. I can connect as apps and I can query the table. Okay. So if I want to query some information from the application receivable, so do I need to connect to AR schema? Not mandatory. So you can connect as app schema and you can fetch the information. So here, what I am going to tell you is apps schema stands as a super user for your Oracle application. He will be able to access the entire. He will be able to access the entire table, entire schemas in the Oracle application. Okay. So then, with the help of grants, he can able to access each and every table, like what we call it as privileges kind. Then what is synonym? Synonym is nothing but same name. Like see, like let us assume there is a table related to application receivable. Okay, so let us take an example: AP underscore invoices. Okay, so there is a table called as AP underscore invoices. The owner for the AP underscore invoices table will be AP. Okay, so but a same name. Okay, AP underscore invoices table will named synonym will be created, and the owner for that synonym will be your apps. Okay. So whenever you modify any change using app schema, that will also get reflected in your uh, ATG, non-ATG schemas. Okay. So this is the one which is very important. Okay. So see, all the product related data will be stored in product schemas like GL. Okay. It means whenever any end user is trying to access some application or whenever any end user is trying to take some information from the database which is related to GL, the information will be stored in product specific schemas like GL. Okay. So GL is a schema like so FND, AOL, ALR related information will be stored in Apple schema because these three comes under the ATG products. Okay. ATG products will be stored in Apple schema. So we can't find any individual schema for FND, AOL, ALR. So as I discussed for ATG products, we won't find any individual schema. So for all ATG products, the owner will be Apple. Is it clear?
Regarding the synonym, so suppose I connect to app schema, okay, there no need to require any user prefix, right? So I can
Yes,
query
yes,
the tables directly.
yes, yes, exactly.
So this ATT products will be stored in the app.sys schema.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Santosh, one more question.
Okay.
See, this is good that you have a common user which has access to all the non-ATG related tables.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
but we can as well as give grants to ATG tables as well.
yes.
Okay, to the app schema. But what is the main use? Like why are we giving it to him? What is the use apart from accessing? Do they have any use for giving it?
See, there should be something which like see in your DBA. Okay, in your DBA account, like this will be the super user because he can access everything. So in the same way here also there should be some schema which can access every schema. So like let us take an example. I'm writing a query. Okay, so leave about query. So I just want to get some information related to some schema. Okay, in fact, if I forgot the schema password, so there is an app schema, right? So with the help of app schema, you can connect to that schema and you can get the information. Basically, these kind of things will be used by developers. Okay. So whatever we do, okay, as a DBA, whatever we do from the backend, we will do it from with the help of app schema. Okay. We will not be connecting to individual schemas like, most of the time. Okay. So there are very rare cases like where we connect to the individual schemas. Okay.
Okay. But what is the use, like we directly connecting to the schema, or connecting to the app schema, if at all a user is going to make changes to any of the synonyms in the app schema, it is anyways going to reflect in the main schema,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
So instead of doing that, you can directly connect to the main schema, and you can do the changes there as well.
You can do like that also. There is no one who is
Yeah.
stopping.
So
Yes, you can do in
yeah,
that way also.
but why a common schema which has access to all the same, all the non-ATG schemas?
See, why is common schema means that is what I am telling. So if you want to do any like any if you want to find any information related to any specific product, you can query using app schema. So when there is one schema with the help of which you are able to access all the other schemas. So I am asking you, why do you need to connect as an individual schema?
So they are individual modules, right?
That is what like
Santosh,
that is
correct
why
me.
we call apps as a super user for your Oracle application. He's
Uh,
moreover like apps is having the ownership only at the database level. So coming to the front end, like
okay.
if some end user is trying to access some data, if someone is
Uh,
end user is trying to insert some data, so that
mm-hmm.
that kind of application related business workflow will not be taken care by your apps. So that are taken care by your individual schemas only. This is only to ease the work. That's it.
Okay. Only to ease the work, no other use.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is what like whatever we do, we will do it to reduce the burden of on us, right?
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So like as I discussed, all the product specific schemas will be holding the data object. So your app schema doesn't have any data. So it is not owner for at least one table. So he will be having only grants on all the other tables. Okay. So at any cost of time. So uh, because of some internal logic like apps and apple's password should be same at any point of time. Okay, I'll tell you the reason why when we go for how to change apps and apple's password. So at that point of time you will come to know so why the passwords for both apps and apple's will be same. All the product schemas can be accessed from the Oracle apps schema. Okay, so app schema can access the data related to any product, like what are the products it is, as it is the super user. So it only contains the code object. It doesn't contain any data object. So what is a code object and what is a data object? So data objects are the ones which contains the data and code objects are the ones which doesn't contain the data. They will always reflect the data of other data objects. I mean code objects always reflect the data of the other data objects. Okay, so as I said, like app schema doesn't contain at least one table, so it contains all product related code objects. So app schema can also access Apple's product as it have grants and synonyms on Apple's products also. Okay. That is what the main important thing. So if you're having any questions, you can ask me. Is it clear or not? If not, just let me know. If you're having any questions.
Santosh, this ATG and non-ATG tables, actually I didn't get there. Means, how you differentiate between ATG and non-ATG?
See, we won't differentiate it. Like it is by default like differentiated by Oracle applications itself. Okay. So when they are
Okay.
see like
Mm-hmm.
when they are giving some products. Okay. So some products are related for your business. Okay. So there should be some products which to manage the business products, right? The business related products, right? So ATG
Mm-hmm.
products are nothing but the core technology products. Okay. Technology products is like where our software people will be using them. So whereas the non-ATG products are business related products. It means your business related data will be residing over there. Okay. So like how your applications work. So where is your product specific data? Where is your source code? Such type of things like source code. All these kinds of things will be residing in the ATG products because they are related to the technology. Whereas
Okay.
business data, what is the business data? Like how many requests are
Means,
coming, how much data is there, like how many invoices have been generated. Such kind of things are called as business related data. But that all things comes under your non-ATG product.
okay, maybe it's a customized tables, right? I mean, in other words.
They are not customized tables, they are seeded tables. They are seeded
Sorry.
tables. Seeded tables. They comes with your Oracle applications itself.
Okay, seeded.
Yeah, seeded. SEDD, SEGDD.
Okay. So depend upon the business, they will create their own tables and no, those will
Yes.
be called as non-ATG.
Yes. So yes, I mean, basically Oracle will give you some basic applications, like minimum applications what it has. Okay. So
Okay.
apart from that, if you want to customize, you have to create a custom schema and you have to do that. You have to create your custom tables and customize your environment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, Oracle Application Tablespace Management, or else you can also call it as Oracle Application Tablespace Model. Okay. So in previously, like generally, you have here at this point of time, you have to leave about system sysaugs undo and temp because they are mandatory table spaces. Okay. So without that table spaces, your Oracle database or Oracle application, whatever it is, it will not work fine. Okay. So in the previous version of your Oracle application, okay, in the previous version of your Oracle application, so for each and every product, okay, if you take an example of AP product, there are two table spaces for AP product. Like one table space is used to store the data and another table space is used to store the indexes. Okay. So in that case, how many products we are having? Let us take an example of 200 products. So for 200 products into 2, okay, for each and every product, 2 table spaces, right? So how many table spaces are there? 400 table spaces. Okay. So it's not for an Oracle applications or its Oracle database to manage 400 table spaces. But what is the point? What is the point when it comes to RAC? Okay. So the earlier versions of Oracle RAC has supported, like earlier versions of Oracle application, Oracle RAC has a limitation. When we go with the raw partitions, there are only some limitations where the total number of the maximum number of files in the database should be 256. Is it correct or not?
Yep.
Yes. So whenever you are going with Oracle RAC, okay. So whenever you are going with Oracle RAC, that too with the raw partition option. So there is a limitation with the raw partitions that the maximum number of raw partitions you can make is 256 in a device. So when there are 400 plus table spaces in your Oracle applications, so for each and every table space when there is a data file, so there will be 400 plus data files. Okay. So your Oracle raw partition, these raw partitions can only store maximum of 256 at a point of time. So at this point of time, your Oracle applications is not supporting the architecture of your Oracle rack. Is it correct or not? When it comes with the raw partition. So at this point of time, so they have come up with a new concept called as Oracle Application Tablespace Model. Okay, or else Oracle Application Tablespace Management. So here we will see apart from the mandatory table spaces. So what are the mandatory table spaces? Like system, sysaugs, undo, and temp are the mandatory table spaces. So apart from these mandatory table spaces, we will be seeing only two table spaces. So whereas one table space is used to store the transactions data, whereas one table space is used to store the indexes. Okay, so where important table spaces which contains all the product related data. This data is there, right? Data is the one which contains the data. So there is no limitation for a table space to have only these many number of data files, right? So you can create any number of data files within a table spaces. Is there any limitation? No. So at this point of time, so they have come up with two table spaces which contains all the individual data files. Okay, that is what. So this whereas this architecture helps your Oracle RAC to support. Okay. So previously, like in the older versions, like are you getting the point? So did you understood this concept or not?
Yeah,
Santosh,
I understood it.
Okay, yes, you're having
Okay,
any
okay.
questions? Just ask.
Prakash,
Prakash.
carry on.
Yeah. See, actually, you're telling instead of the many data files or table space, now they customize for the only two table space from maybe I don't know R12 or I'm not sure from which version
Yes,
of
yes.
the.
From 11.5.10.2. Okay.
Okay, from 11. So here also for each component, a data file will be means the see if you consider a table space of having 10 data file. So in 10 data file, all the data will be scattered, right, for all the no component.
I
When
didn't.
when you are
I didn't get your question, Prakash. So there is one table space. Okay, you're asking.
yeah, so the entire component will be if it is storing the data, okay, it will store data in apps tx data, and if
Okay.
it is index, then index table
Yes,
space.
we will store the indexes in this table space and we will store data in this table space.
Okay, okay,
That is
okay.
how we define, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is what. Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Santosh,
Yes, yes.
is a question like, will there be any performance impact if we have, this only two table spaces with lot of data files having, different modules in it, and earlier it was like a, better model, like
Yes, yes. Basically,
every
like there will be a little bit of performance, but whenever they are going for individual data files, like if they keep individual data files in different mount points, like at this point of time, you can see the less performance kind of.
so you
Initially, like
suggested
there
like,
is, yeah, initially like they used to face some performance related kind of thing. So with the help of some bugs and all, they have resolved.
mhm,
Kind of.
mhm. Earlier model was, better from my perspective, like,
But it
my
doesn't
thinking.
support RAG, right? But it doesn't support RAG.
It doesn't.
Yes.
It has that negative point, and
Yes.
here it has to
There
overcome
is
that they have come up with this
this model.
model, I guess.
Yes. Nowadays, no one is using raw partitions, right?
Uh,
At this point
right.
of time, they can go for individual table spaces also, but it is not coming with Oracle applications. Like, as it is a seeded kind of thing, so it is interrelated. So when we install Oracle applications, we will only see like these two table spaces, main important tables. Okay.
Santosh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So coming to app schema, like app schema will have grants on all the base tables. So you have already finished this. So each and every product related tables will have grants for app schema. So to change the Apple's password, to change app's password or to change Apple's password, so there is a tool called as FNDC pass. Okay. So I'll tell you how to use that tool. So with the help of FNDC pass, foundation change password. FND means foundation, C means change, pass means password. Okay. So I will discuss like how to change passwords using FNDC pass. Okay. So there is a table called as FND underscore users table. So if you want to find out the end user related information, then you have to go for FND underscore users table. Okay. So let us assume there are 100 end users accessing your application. So you can query FND underscore users table for that related information. Okay. So all the users related information, basically like important tables for user related information are FND underscore users and FND underscore Oracle underscore users. These two users hold most of the user related information. Okay. So with the help of like how to create an application user, like when I'm telling something like end user, so end user is the one who sits on the client location and he will be accessing the Oracle applications, right? So how to create such kind of users? So we will discuss them further. So when we go for sysadmin concepts, once if you create any user in the Oracle applications, so there is no option to delete the user, whereas you can keep the user end-dated. Okay, you can keep the user end-dated. It means you can stop him for accessing Oracle
What Santosh? We cannot drop a user, application user.
application user cannot be deleted. So how you create application user using front end only, right? So there is
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So there is no front end method like to delete any application user related information. So if you want to stop him to use the Oracle applications, you have to keep him end dated. So once if you keep him end dated, he will not be able to access Oracle applications. Okay.
What is it? Keep in
End date. End date.
end date.
Yes, end date. So once if you keep end date for him, so that would be the last day for him for accessing Oracle application. And from the next day of end date, he will not be able to access the applications. Okay.
Okay.
So as of now, like till now, we have completed our basic concepts. So these are all like to manage Oracle applications. Oracle provides AD utilities. Okay. So these are all the AD utilities. So AD ident, AD rename, each and everything is having its own significance. When we go for that concept, we will discuss about each and everything. So this is discussing about these things is nothing but our entire Oracle application course. So as of now, we have finished the basic concepts. So today I'll just review the entire thing, and then from tomorrow onwards I'll start these things. So once if I start these things, like you'll have to dedicate 2 to 2.5 hours for me, so that it would be easier for me to finish as soon as possible.
What is the last line? I didn't be able to understand. That means you're asking us to do practice something.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So yeah.
And moreover, like once you are good in basics, then only we can move to the further sessions. So I request you to just look after each and everything, and if there is any possibility, just practice.